Now, ladies and gentlemen, in my first debate, some members of the opposition said that the government has deliberately timed the announcement of a dramatic, separate, special session of Parliament on the 18th of September, and this announcement has been made deliberately to torpedo the momentum around the I.N.D.I.A alliance meeting that is happening in Mumbai. Now, even if one were to accept that, for which, by the way, there is no basis yet, surely the opposition would not say that the GDP numbers that have been released today are also released to be timed exactly with the Mumbai meeting of the alliance. And what do the GDP numbers reveal, viewers? The GDP numbers reveal something spectacular. Something which even Modi government supporters, economists would not have predicted. When you say the Indian economy is growing fast, you usually talk about 6%, 6.5%, 7% at most, given the global economic climate. But today, in the April-June period of 2023-24, which means in the quarter just got over a couple of months back, India's GDP has grown at 7.8%. Viewers, can you imagine? We are almost rebounding on growth, bolting on growth at close to 8%. What is growth close to 8%? What does it mean? It means that the levels of direct, indirect investment in India will go through the roof. Especially because in relative terms, when you compare 7.8% here to less than half that number in China, you can presumably understand why Xi Jinping is looking so upset these days. Viewers, please understand, anyone can lie to your face, but what you've got to do is you've got to put statistics in response. They say that the Narendra Modi government has not done enough for agriculture. Reality is, as per NSO data, the agriculture sector growth has zoomed up to 3.5%. That is almost 35 to 40% up from the April-June period 1 year back, 20 to 23. If agriculture has grown in relative growth terms at 35 to 40%, that means there is something incredible. No wonder Jairam Ramesh has no answer to these facts. He talks of a declining GDP growth. Wherever Jairam Ramesh did his degree from, clearly he did not have a very specialized center in basic understanding of macroeconomics. Couple this also with the fact that in strategic terms, our defense exports today have gone up 23 times to 16,000 crores. I am not going to compare this to the past, because the moment I do, there will be people who will say, Arnab, do you want to reference everything to Nehru's time? No, I don't want to. I don't want to reference anything to Nehru's time. I don't want us to relive the nightmares that happened during Nehru's time. But the fact of the matter is this. These are the numbers that the opposition will have to find an answer for. You can't simply say, oh, retail inflation is high, jobs are not available. These are standard stuff. You've got to back that stuff, these arguments, with concrete facts. Ladies and gentlemen, retail inflation is done on a basis of assessment of various factors, including food. Food inflation went up and has gone down significantly. We cannot keep harping on the growth figures as far as retail inflation were 3 weeks back, when the reality is 2 weeks back they began to settle down. Viewers, we have to also talk about who took over when, how things were, and where they are now. This discussion is not only about economics, but economics and politics are linked. What if I were to say, viewers, that the inherited GDP growth in UPA 2 or UPA 1 was about 8.52%, and by the time the UPA went out, it was 4.5%. Would I say that if their economic growth went down by 70% in relative terms, should I not talk about that? So viewers, when we talk about building a negative climate, we have to ask, if there is negativity, talk about negativity, expose the government. But you cannot manufacture 7.8% GDP growth. Economics is the basis of my debate today. And on my debate, as the first day ends of the I.N.D.I.A alliance meeting in Mumbai, we have to talk about whether they are bringing an alternative agenda to a country with a galloping growth of 7.8%. Ladies and gentlemen,